kid, a nun told me that anyone who was born in the United States could become the president. So I went home and I said to my dad, Dad, hey, is it true that anybody who's born here in America can become the president? And he said, yeah, that's true. It's the law. And I said, does that mean that I can become the president of the United States? And he turned to me and he said, and I'll never forget this, he said, no. Our parents all smoked. Our mothers smoked and drank while they were pregnant. Teachers could kick the shit out of you. There were no seatbelts. We'd have 8 or 9 kids bouncing around inside cars that were made out of real steel. And if you fell out one of the windows while we were driving down the highway, hell, it was just more food for all the other kids, okay? You got one big toy at Christmas, and if your parents did their job, it was usually something very dangerous, okay? Guns, knives, toys with tons of tiny parts you and your sister could choke on, stuff that caught on fire. It was great. Here, this is a BB gun, okay? They don't want to give these to kids anymore, okay? Because too many kids get shot in the eye on Christmas morning, all right? Well, watch this. Give me a kid. Hey, kid, stay right there, right there. Nice job, kid. See, the kids who lose an eye when you shoot BBs at them, they're stupid, okay? Too dumb to duck. They don't deserve to have eyeballs, all right? Give me another kid. Now, this is an electric football game. They don't really make them anymore, okay? You turn it on, all these guys would vibrate and run around the field. Now, my cousin Eddie swallowed a running back, I think it was Larry Zonka, and choked to death one Christmas morning. Last time we saw Eddie or the game. Hey, eat this.
No way.
Good girl. See? It's called thinning the herd, folks. This kid's a keeper. All right, give me another kid, all right? This next toy is basically an oven, okay? This baby would heat up to about 250 degrees Kelvin. You could bake pottery in this thing, all right? Come here. Stick your hand inside there. You idiot. Folks, here's my point, okay? These aren't just toys. They are tools of education, okay? You can bet that kid's not going to put his hand in an oven again, okay? And if he does, get rid of him, all right? I don't have anything against dumbass kids, just the dumbass adults they grow up to be, all right? Christ, these toys should be in every kindergarten class across the country, all right? The Stanford Binet test, all right? Plug in the creepy crawler oven.
If, like, I wasn't a feminist, I don't know what I would be, if that makes sense. Like, I don't really have, like, that's just all I know, I guess. And I guess I haven't really educated
That actually
myself.
makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Feminism is basically the air that we breathe, and it's the water we swim in, whether people know it or not. It's ingratiated in society. So you may not have any other position other than that. So if you say, I really don't know anything besides feminism, I believe you.
Thank you.
It's mainstream. Do you guys believe in the patriarchy?
But it's still a bad position. It's still like what you
Fine.
just saying.
And what is that? So what is the patriarchy?
It's patriarchy's when, like, men rule, right? Mostly, right?
Men rule, women drool. Wait, what? Okay, that's it.
No, that was my fault.
Say it. Can you say the patriarchy is awesome?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
The patriarchy is awesome.
That one is for you, Grid One Motorsport.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
That's right, folks. Mature audiences only, I guess. If we can find one, send them on over. We need a mature audience because I don't know that we have one here. How's everybody doing on this fine Memorial Day? Are you enjoying your weekend and all that has been provided and secured for you by the men that have gone before you? I certainly do. And later today, I will be burning some meat on a grill and probably going to once again remind my wife why she married me. How's everybody doing out there? You guys all right? You good? Everybody having a good time? It's been a great couple of days, great weekend. Been on a lot of panels. And what do you guys think about that intro reel, huh? Dennis Leary at his best. The creepy crawly oven. I'd forgot about that, but that was fucking tits, man. I used to have BB gun wars when I was a kid. I can't believe how stupid people are now. You can't have a BB gun war. You can't you can't do this. You can't do that. It's kind of crazy out there these days with the what you can't do, what you can do, what you should do. But bring back BB gun wars. Bring back the idea that you could be disfigured for life if you fuck up, and I think things will be better. I think I think we could go a long way towards being we have some real fun then. Ghost 170 1978. I have been very busy. I stay busy, man. It's the way the way I live my life. Guys, if you hadn't noticed, I got monetized this morning. I got notified last night, or actually, I was just checking, doing some working on YouTube last night. I was trying to set up the back end because I take a systematic approach to almost everything that I do, and in this case, my systematic approach was to get first of all, I needed to get me tuned in. I had to get my voice right. I had to I'd have to get my online personality, which is basically the same personality. I mean, I'm not really any different in person, so that was easy. Then I had to get the equipment going. I had to get the mics, the cameras, the lights, the set. I mean, look, this is a set, but that's all my real shit. Those are real arrows. That's real armor. That's a real fucking helmet. That's a real flag. So it's all real shit. That's a real model airplane back there. And so I had to get all that stuff right first. And then I worried about everything else. So I started setting up the back end because over the weekend I had a couple of issues where I needed mods. And, of course, I'm starting to get some trolls here and there, which are, the sign of success, I guess. And so I made some, I learned how to, I watched some YouTube videos and I learned how to set up the back end of YouTube to have moderation. And then part of that was I was eligible to unlock the first level of monetization. And so I've done that. So if you guys feel like supporting me, feel free to. If you can't, don't. Do not take the last dollar out of your wallet, send it to me. Do not if you don't have reasonable money in the bank, don't send me a dime. You use that for yourself. I don't need it. Any money that you do send in will probably be spent on my lovely wife, who deserves every dollar I have. And other than that, I might buy some fishing gear. You never know. But anyway, you guys have a great day. I hope to do a great show for you. And that's, at the end of the day, I'm an entertainer at this point. I have some life lessons that I can maybe impart some wisdom, but certainly nothing I do should be construed as much else than life lessons learned. Guys, really, if you if you want to support the channel, I'm all for it. I will, roast money for whatever. Absolutely. I will spend that money well, trust me. But if you want to show the channel love, that's great. But otherwise, man, if you have things to do today and can't be here, I understand. I don't think Kat's going to make it in. She has family in town, and I pulled her onto to the stream earlier, just for a few minutes, just because I saw her in the chat, and I made her come up, and but she was really good. But you guys are you guys are doing, you guys are what make this happen, really. I'm not I'm not anything special. I'm just a guy that has some drive and can get things done in very specific ways. And part of that is I just, I have a lot of energy and I can get things done when other people, want to, and they can't, or they can't because they have other things to do. And they'd love to be sitting up here and saying the things that I'm saying, but they can't because maybe they just don't have the voice that I have. I don't know. But so I do what I do because some, other people are not able to, and it needs to be said and done. So, I am unreasonable because I don't accept the world as it is, and I don't accept the status quo. Based Hawaiian, actually, I think Rye Guy might have been the first to send me I forget who it was that sent the first one, but I do appreciate it. You are the first one on this show right now to do it. Earlier today, we got monetized, and I certainly appreciate any money that is sent in. Again, if you cannot send money in, if you can't afford it, if you can't take it out of your wallet and send it in, if you need to, if you go buy your wife something nice, go buy your mom something nice, do the right thing. But if you want to send me money, I will use it for good. Because as Willie says, I am Batman. All right, man. So whatever last night, I think they did Rachel dirty. They did not have Brian. Just I know they had a lot of cancellations, which was probably not Brian's fault. It was probably not purposeful at all. In any way on his part. It was honestly, I believe that the ladies that were scheduled apparently canceled. I don't know whether it was just they did not want to face Rachel, or it was kind of a setup so that the panel would not be as good. And in any case, the show kind of sucked last night. I didn't actually make it all the way through it. And Rachel, as awesome as always, was awesome. Great to listen to. Really, really, like, that she's got to kind of be based being around Andrew all the time. And he said so many times that she is she's a better debater than him, and all of that stuff. And we all want to believe that. We all want to believe that stuff. But until you see it in person, it's just not the same. And it's really a good deal, I think, for Andrew. I think that he, I think he saw that it just was not going to be the show that he wanted it to be, to showcase Rachel's talent. But maybe, Coyote Killer, maybe tomorrow will be better. I hope it is, because last night it was boring, and I actually tuned out and went to bed. I'm no shame in him. I even told Andrew, hey man, I stayed around as long as I could. I'm punching out. I'm going to bed. And I did. So I was on a panel at the same time, so I was kind of bouncing back and forth. I get pulled into a lot of panels these days. So for you guys that may remember, a couple of weeks ago, I had a fellow named Boulay on, who is the Department of Pneumatics, or whatever, which is basically coin collecting. And he sent me, he said that he was going to send me a silver coin. It's not going to focus really good on it, maybe. But he did send it to me, and it is badass, guys. This is 2 ounces of 0.99% pure silver. My wife thinks it's hilarious. And I keep it on my desk, my actual desk, not the studio desk. I keep it on my desk. I brought it out. I was hoping Boulay would be on. He's a member of our armed forces and an engineer at the same time. I was hoping he'd be on, and I kind of wanted to show that I got it and let you guys know that I got it. And it was really pretty cool. The little silver and the engraving is shocking. It was really awesome. I hope you guys, if you didn't see the show, go back and watch the show. It's really good with Mr. Boulay on, and it was awesome. Let's see. Hope Rachel takes Brian to this. I'm going to put this up real quick. Is that showing on my screen? How do I do that? I'm new at all this, so no, that didn't work. All right, it's okay. But I appreciate the 50 based wine. I really do. Yeah, I think Siege D actually was the first with a 99-cent donation. I've had several this morning, but Yeah, that thing was really cool. He sent it out. I got it, and it's been on my desk because it was really great for him to send that. Um, I really like it a lot. It's really cool. Play Monopoly. That's me. That's my new Monopoly piece right there. That's funny. That's great. I love that, Willie. Um, yeah. So yeah, I really do hope that Brian does go to the Orthodox Church. I would be happy if Brian just went to any church. He really needs to get a little bit more. Um, he needs to get a little more based. He's based. He needs to be a little more based. Um, yeah. So and yeah. Um, he banned Ashley. Whoops. That's funny. You can bring her back. It's okay. It's just a little misunderstanding between friends. I've been on a lot of panels today, last few days, a lot of, over the past, yeah, since about this time last week, I started doing a lot of panels. And it's been fun. It's been fun. I keep doing that. I think, I think Sarah does one on Wednesday or Thursday night. And I think I'll go on that after my show. I think Thursday night she does it. I'll probably do that. Yeah. So we're on the day shift. Any of you guys out there working today? Anybody having to get out there and get things done, make America run? Anybody driving a truck down the highway? I know Chip and Flint is probably taking his first real day off since getting hired, and hopefully he's enjoying that with his wife. I'm really always a little awed and flattered, that so many good working men out there find what I have to say useful. Because you guys, having been a working man most of my life, I have a lot of empathy and identify with you guys a lot. And I'm really glad that you find what I have to say helpful. And I generally come at things from the working man's point of view, and so that may make me a little different than a typical entertainer. Yeah, so we're having a good time today. It's going to be really chill today. I really don't have I really don't have anything really big to discuss today. I don't have a subject, a topic, or anything like that. I really didn't want to. And yeah, I just want to chill out, enjoy the holiday with you guys. Coyote Killer, man, I've worked a lot of holidays, man. To me, for the longest time, a holiday was just another day. Right. I would celebrate Christmas whenever I could. Same thing with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was just a day. Now that I've had a family for, a while, and I've been married a long time, my kid's 13 years old, my oldest one. And that kind of changes everything for me. So, all right, Boston Bry, thanks for sharing, man. Thanks for coming by. Yes, thank you everyone for supporting me enough to get monetized. That literally happened this morning. Again, I was setting up things today. I was setting up things last night for today, and I just happened to notice that I had the first level of monetization unlocked, and so I applied last night. I meet all the criteria, so they monetized me first thing this morning, and we'll see how this goes. Congrats! Now I can retire. Fuck no, I can't. I mean, I've been retired for a long time. I just doing good stuff. Kevin, are you working today, buddy? Are you out in the shop? Or you burning something on the steak? Welding. I got to do some welding today, actually. After I get done with this, I've got to go set up my my TIG setup. I got to weld some aluminum this week and get that shit done. So, I need to congratulate you guys on getting me monetized. You guys think this was me. It's you. It's all you guys. You guys did it. You guys supported me. You subscribed. You beat people up to come out and listen to me prattle on hour after hour. You've watched. I have an amazing number of viewed hours. I'm over, I think in the last 28 days, I'm well over 3,000 hours viewed. That's amazing. It's you guys that did. I didn't do this. This is not on me, bro. This is not on me, bro. You can burn those steaks later tonight. Good man. Good man. Do right. Hey, thanks, Siege D. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I was on the panel for a long time. I just, out of respect, I left their panel running rather than when I had to go, shutting everything down. Currently manning a boiler room for Navy Hospital. It's 0320 here. Okay, all right, cool, Willie. Glad, man. That's old man prattle. That's right. But yeah, never forget, guys. It's because of you. You guys are, I'm just up here talking and really responding a lot to what you guys have to say. So for me, this is a win for you guys, not me. I could be sitting in there on my couch, reading, or actually, to be honest with you, if I wasn't doing this right now, I'd be out there. I've got some aluminum to prep for welding, and I need to get my welder, which is currently set up to weld steel. I need to convert it back over to weld aluminum. I need to just set one up, period, for aluminum, and get the and leave one for steel and one for aluminum. But I've been too lazy. Yeah, it's interesting. I think people feel like that I can just make fun of people, but I can actually I can roast pretty good. I can do that. There's a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom in being able to make people laugh at other people hiding behind the glasses here. So, it's a talent I've always had. I've always been able to. I've always been able to zing people pretty good in exactly the right way, where they didn't get angry, but they understood the lesson, right? So sometimes they get angry. That dude, Alex Kirsch, man, I can make that dude rage quit in 2 sentences. 2 sentences, he's done. He's headed for the fucking door, and that's crazy, man. I think it's like 2 or 3 times I've done that now, and I'll say 2 things, and dude's done. I hope that guy gets a backbone. Can they do backbone transplants? They need to do a backbone transplant. It is funniest when they get angry, Max K. Max K, how are you doing today? You getting stuff done? You enjoying your holiday, or are you working today? Because this is the Working Man's Podcast. It really is, He did tuck his tail every time too. I mean, it's like, he just doesn't want any. I'm always working. Max, are you in finance? Are you in finance or medicine or what? You seem to be in some sort of semi-entrepreneurial role. I'm just kind of curious. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So Josie did not give him. That was a trap. If he had had any damn common sense at all, he would have said, "Fuck you, Josie. I don't want to be on your show. There's no good that can come of this. You've already bodied me twice. I don't want you to body me again. That's bait. I'm not taking it." Like, why would a grown ass man want to get bodied live by a girl? Like, why would you do that? Especially when you're going to get bodied. Like, look, it would be different if it was me or Andrew or somebody like that. Okay, we're gonna our second or third time, we're gonna understand where you're at. We're gonna have a tactic to take you out or whatever. But Alex just walked right into it again, third time. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. And of course, I went and watched Some dudes enjoy that. It's fucking funny. Yeah, that's probably it. Right guy here, man. Josie leading him into clip farming. Um, Max. Technology engineering executive. I manage a team of 40 web and application developers in the streaming media space. All right. Damn, son. Dude, welcome, brother. If this is what you do and you take the time to watch my insignificant little channel here, I am very honored, sir. Build video games and web apps. Awesome, dude. Awesome. That sounds fucking great. But the thing with Jody, getting back to the thing with Jody, man, and this dude Alex, I mean, there's no way I would have gone up there, right? And then I did expect Andrew to show. So here's the thing: is that I almost could have bet, and I should have bet money with somebody that Josie was gonna instantly, the minute Andrew showed, or the minute Alex Kirsch showed up, she DM'd Andrew, or somebody did, and Andrew showed up, and then Andrew bodied him in the gentlest bodying I've ever seen. Andrew destroyed that poor dude with elegance and poise. It was gentle, but that dude got ratioed 100%. And he still didn't give up. And then, of course, I had to go on there, and I said 2 sentences, and the guy was ready to rage quit. Josie somehow got him to calm down. And of course, you guys probably all saw it. He has, he's got some problems. He's got some problems. I hope that guy's okay, though. Working all day, haven't had a day off in 5 years. So that's how I worked. That's how I worked when I was in my 20s all the way up into my 30s. I never took a day off. I didn't take vacations. I didn't, I worked every single day. Like every weekend, I might take a few hours off. I'd hang out with my wife on the weekend. I'd go to the shop. Holidays, have Christmas dinner, have Thanksgiving dinner, go to the shop. It's just the way it works out for men, especially if you're self-employed. So, but yeah. All right, Dayshift. You guys have clocked in. You guys are doing work. I think probably on Thursday's show, we're going to bring Mr. Boulay in. We're going to talk about some finance stuff. We're going to talk about some investment paths, not actual advice. I'm not going to tell you to go, hey, go do this, put your money here, whatever. We're just going to talk about, some of the things that worked for, that's worked for Mr. Boulay, and I'll comment on some of the things that work for me, and we'll go from there. It's an interesting deal, and you guys are all, got all the working crew in here today. It's good. It's good. Holidays are tough, man. Holidays are tough. So, like I said, I don't think Kat's gonna make it. I did send her the link, but I think she's offline. I think she's got company over, and basically, let me see if I can entice a guest on. Been studying all weekend. What are you studying there, grunge head? Something cool? You studying something cool, man? I have a whole theory about this, and it's that once men get out of their 20s, and some men do it earlier, but a lot of men, they get out of high school at 17 or 18. They go to college for a lot of guys only go to college 1 or 2 years, and they figure out that college isn't going to be what they want to do, and they'll go out into the workforce. Some guys go all 3 or 4 years of college, and then they get out, and then they just put their heads down and they work. They just work. Because they have to learn a skill, they have to level up over and over and over again. You got to put in hours. You've got to, go to schools. You got to take courses. You got to get different classifications and certifications. And it takes men time to do that. You just don't walk out into it, right? Like, it just doesn't happen that way. So it builds most men that do that. It builds them into high earning potential guys that will always be able to find work, that have, and that breeds a sense of self-confidence. And that self-confidence is what brings them great women, really, truly great women. And so do that, man. FRX, man. I think that, I did that. I believe that most men should do that. Electrical engineering is a solid field, man. I like that. 50 hours a week, 4 on, 4 off. Hey, man, that's good. That's good. Hi, ZT Den. Good for men to work hard. That is absolutely correct. I believe that men that work hard enjoy life more. I very rarely find guys that have a lot of like downtime, free time, where they just sit around, that are truly happy, unless they have an outlet. Like I do know a couple of guys who play video games all the damn time, and they're happy, right? I have a buddy of mine who, he's a server maintenance guy. He spends more time on a computer than anybody I know, but he's happy. And he plays soccer a couple of times a week and all that. But yeah, I think it's this. I think what Max says here is pretty solid. It's a sense of purpose, especially men. Most miserable people on earth are those who do not accomplish anything. And you know what? You can see that men that play video games that don't mean anything, they're never happy. Men that play video games or do online work where there's things that allow them to succeed, to show progress, to show success, to win and to lose, and to show forward movement, those guys are always happy, man. They're always happy. Now, they may not look happy because, a lot of men are stoic. We don't actually we look pissed off all the time. We look like we're ready to smack babies or something. But the reality is, inside we're happy. We're great. We feel awesome. Been working since 13. Got paid under the table. My grandpa's all show. Yeah, that's right. That's how. When I was. So I was, I think I've mentioned this before. I grew up dirt poor. When I was 13 or 14, there was a city or county program for underprivileged, under whatever youth, that allowed me to work during the summer for the city. So many hours a week, so many hours, could only do so many things a day. I think it was like 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, something like that. I got paid minimum wage at the time, and I worked all fucking summer hard as shit. And it was like actual hard work, like cleaning out fence rows at the local high school. I scraped all the wax off the floor at the middle school I had gone to, so it could be re-waxed. And yeah, that's it. Kevin worked in the same program. Kevin and I mirror each other in a lot of ways. It's very strange. I worked in that same program. I worked in that program. And it was great. First of all, it gave me a job, and I was a happy kid, man. I had my own money. I honestly, it gave me such a sense of fulfillment, that it worked out really well. Yeah, even if you don't make money off of it, most of the guys who have healthy relationships with video games do it because they get to connect with their bros when they're not in person. Yeah, there's truth to that. There's truth to that. Yes, sir, 100%. Yeah, that's right. Happiness is overrated. That's probably, you know what? I'll give you that, because I think the most important thing is a sense of satisfaction. That's funny. OCD with floors. That's right. Yeah, I'd scrape fucking wax off floors. happiness is overrated. I think that realistically, the most important thing that in everyone's life, men or women, is not happiness, it's satisfaction. If you are satisfied with life, if you look back at what you've done and you see that it is good, you're gonna be fine. Happiness will come, but you will feel that sense of accomplishment. You're gonna feel that sense of wellness, of well-being, of all of the things that make people feel great and enjoy life and to some degree be happy. But I do believe that happiness is in fact overrated. I will take the satisfaction of a job well done, or a task accomplished, or a goal met. I will take that satisfaction over happiness any day of the week, any day. And there's a really good argument that a sense of purpose is miles ahead of happiness, because you can be absolutely miserable, slogging in the mud, out in the rain, out in the sun, out, getting blisters. You can be absolutely miserable in life, or where most people would be miserable, and feel absolutely content and satisfied and, dare I say, happy, because that sense of duty, that sense of fulfillment is being met. You've met your responsibilities. You have met your goal. You've done what you need to do. And, it's, and that's way, way more better. That's way, way more better. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, it's rough, but when you have even a little money in high school, girls notice. Yeah, that's true. So I have a good story about that. I had a buddy of mine in high school, and this is, and I've actually learned a lot. I learned a lot of lessons from this dude. And so we both had kind of similar paths. I had a summer job. He had a summer job. During the winter, I worked in a movie theater. He worked, I forget where he worked. I think I know he delivered papers, and he did a bunch of, he worked for like a fast food place. This dude was always fucking working. But he was the cheapest guy I've ever met in my life. We would all, like at church on Wednesday nights, we would have our Wednesday night meeting, and then all of the teenage guys, even the guys that didn't have cars, and the girls, we would all, as a group, we would go to the, I think it was McDonald's or Burger King, wherever the fuck it was. We would go out after church and we get hamburgers. I would buy just a regular meal, right? Hamburger, Coke, fries. He'd buy a single hamburger, dude, and he'd eat the hamburger, no fries, and he'd get water. All right, guy's careful with his money. I never saw him indulge it. We would go on church trips or school trips or whatever, and he would literally, like, everybody be in the gift shop blowing $20, $30 that their parents gave them on, t-shirts or whatever, and he wouldn't. So when he graduated high school, he had saved enough money to buy himself a Mustang GT 5.0. And this was like 1990. Bought a brand new car right off dealer floor. He did the same thing all the way through college. And he actually learned how to invest stocks. He was very good. He was very, very good with money. Dude just, but you never saw him spend a dime ever that he didn't have to. When he graduated college, he moved to, I believe he moved to Chattanooga. He lived on a boat. He bought himself like a 50-foot power boat to live on himself. Like, that was his money. It wasn't his parents' graduation or whatever. And I kind of lost track of him. But the last I heard, this dude was like he was rolling in it, man. He understood business. He understood investments. He understood all that stuff. And he was able to work really, really hard and put that money away and not care about the girls that wanted to see money, not care about the girls that wanted to see the flashy car. He ended up having a flashy car, but all through high school, he didn't care. He didn't care. I don't even think he drove the car in college at all. I think it just kind of set, he would drive it on the weekends or whatever, but he didn't drive it to school. It actually, watching him and being his friend shaped a lot of how I am, because I kind of have the same mentality these days. But I'll never forget going to the burger place with him and him just getting a plain fucking burger and a thing of water. No soda, no fries, no shake, no banana split sundae at the end. None of that, And we're a bunch of teenagers. We're fucking, at this point I can chow down a shit ton of food, man. I was like, it's crazy. But that's a really good, it's a real thing. You make very little money. And my philosophy is that most people should look like they make no money. You need to look like you need to look like you're broke, but go home to a mansion, to an actual mansion, or go home to a very nice house. So yeah. Let me think here. ZD Den, I saw this. I think it needs all being balanced. Satisfaction is reason people is also a reason people can't let go and move on. I think I think men care less about satisfaction and I think men care less about happiness than they do about satisfaction and duty or responsibility, or however you want to express that. Maybe that's a better way of saying that. I think women, obviously, they have to have satisfaction and they have to be happy. Bill Hicks was chilling on the panel live stream. If Based Oracle is demolishing your position, you're doing something wrong. I didn't get to see all of that, but yeah, Fatty was interesting today. I couldn't actually. A lot of things he said just made me go, "What are you talking about?" I'm not really familiar with him or his rhetoric, so that's interesting. ZD Den, I think that most people forget that you're a woman. I don't, but I actually heard somebody refer to you as a man the other night. I was like, you haven't been paying attention, pal. But that's very funny. Let's see. Yeah, happiness is overrating. Yeah, fool's gold. That's right. Morning, Nick. Hard at work today. Well, man, here's to you, man. Here's to you. Make it work, man. Keep the work going. First car was a 1974 Plymouth Satellite I bought for $100 with broken timing, $750 in parts, and a friend's labor at the high school auto shop, which I also took. Awesome, dude. That's very good. Men should do that. Men should be trained to be more self-reliant and just really be really absolutely awesome, right? Pretty Karma, it's the first time I'm seeing you in here. How are you? The guys are welcoming. Just, let's see. Just scrolling through chat here. Dude, you gotta do better than a prelude, man. Nobody likes, let me caution you about gay lewds. First, people refer to them as gay lewds, so that's a negative. Second, I really believe you'd be better off in like a nice Mazda 3, or actually step up into like a right now, one of my favorite sedans. What's interesting is that there's an interesting dichotomy here. One of my favorite sedans right now is the Jaguar. I think they call it the TF. It's a great sedan. You can buy them for about 11 grand or so for when it's a few years old, and they're great. They're like basically bulletproof. I love those things. When you get a little money, here's my rule on cars: nothing newer than 5 years. Don't buy new cars. 5 years. I like to buy about cars in that 5-year range, pay cash, drive it until wheels fall off, and then I'll buy something else. Pretty Karma, you came from the Crucible. The Crucible is a home to me. I love it. and I enjoy being a part of it. I will always contribute to the Crucible. They are my peoples now. 81 Chevy Chevette bought for $350 in 1995. No reverse gear, would top out at 84 downhill. That's all right. My first vehicle was a 19, I think it was an 89 or 87. No. Yeah, it had to have been like an 87 or maybe even a little, or maybe 85. Kawasaki Ninja 250R. I bought from a friend of mine who had laid it down in front of his parents. His parents insisted he sell it. I had $500 to my name. I paid $500 for the motorcycle. That was my first vehicle. My first car was 200 SX. Actually, yeah, the was a 200 SX. I had an MGB after that. I had a bunch of shitty cars after that, but there for a long time, I didn't believe in buying cars that cost over a couple of grand. That's right. Yeah, they think you're Dennis. I got you. I have the same motorcycle ZT, which I have no clue about that cycle. Motorcycle. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Mazda 3 for the win. I guess my thing is I'm not a Honda guy. I avoid Hondas, man. It's I can't do Hondas, man. I'm sorry. I can't get into them. A Honda Grom, dude. No, what you want is the Benelli TNT. I just bought one for my kid. Thing is fucking awesome. It beats a Grom in every way except you can't modify it, make it look cool. But the dude I bought it from had been using it as transportation while he was in college. I bought it for my kid so that as he gets older, he'll have something to ride around town in. It's a fucking great bike. Paid a couple of grand for it. The guy literally said his choice was between a Honda Grom and the Benelli. And he said if he bought the Grom, he didn't think he'd get laid the rest of college. So he went ahead and bought the Benelli instead. Yeah, buy the Benelli, bro. Buy the Benelli. So, yeah. So here's the thing about my kid. My kid already has to work for his allowance. He has a credit card that's tied to that bank balance, and when he overspends, there's no money in there. So he already understands that he gets nothing for free. He lives under the impression that the day he turns 18, he owes me rent to live here, and he very basically. He's basically told me that he's already looking for he's 13. He's basically already looking for his first job at 15. He can get a job at 15 here in Tennessee part-time. And he's already dude, my kid is actually pretty solid that way. As far as cars go, he's probably going to end up with probably one of the Mini Coopers or something that we have laying around. So I don't really care much for Nissans. I've had a few, and we used to race Nissans. They're okay. Toyota, arguably better than Honda, but I think Honda's more reliable. Toyota tends to look better. I don't really like Toyota. I really don't like their trucks. Their fuel mileage just sucks so bad. Might as well buy a LS powered Chevy truck. The Mazda 3 is really a good car. They're basically indestructible. The Mazda 6, which I think is what you probably actually want if you're a grown up, is a great car. Them's fighting words, bro. Fighting words. So I hate Toyota, man. I've had like I should not hate Toyota because they have made me so much money. Toyota should be like my top 3 cars, but no, Toyota's not not great for me, man. Yeah, let me tell you this other story about my kid. So my kid goes to summer camp, or he did go to summer camp every year. He so they go to this so it's a week-long summer camp. They go every day. And at the end of the week, they get to walk from the school down to this little corner store. It's in a little town, in this little corner store, and they get to buy ice cream or soda or whatever. And so the school suggested on Friday you give your kids $5 in cash and send it to camp with them. Well, the first week he went that year, he did not tell me that he needed the $5 in cash, and he got it from my father-in-law, grandpa. And I was really upset with that. I'm like, look, don't ask grandpa for money. If you need money, you ask me, or you earn it. And so the next week I was watching for it. And so Friday comes and he hasn't asked me for any money. And I look at him and we're riding in the car, and I got a picture of this. We're riding in the car and I'm like, hey, you hadn't asked me about any money. Do you need money? And he's like, nope. And he pulls out he pulls out 2 ones and like $4 in change. He's like, nope, I have my own money. I have saved all of this money. I'm using my own money. And you want to talk about a proud dad moment. He could have gone to grandpa and got more money, or he could have asked for me for money, but he took money where he'd been squirreling it away in his desk and in his dresser drawers or wherever he was keeping his money. He took that money, rather than ask me for money, he used his own money to go buy his own treats. Is that not fucking badass? That is killer, man. That is killer. And so at that point, I was like, okay, well, I'll give you, keep your money. I'll give you $5 and you can keep your money. But I thought that was amazing. I thought that was really, really cool. And he had it all just spread out right there, and it was awesome. So that's really, that's really good. Let's see. Yeah, so I used to I don't like Toyota trucks. They you either get a really good one or a really bad one, and the fuel mileage sucks. And I've had every brand of truck on the planet. My favorite trucks right now are Chevrolet trucks. I've had the least number of failures out of Chevrolets so far. I've had reasonable success with Ford, but not great. Dodge. I want to love Dodge. I love the engine. I love the Cummins motor, but the rest of the truck, just shit. Just shit, man. But I understand the new trucks are better than the ones I had, but it's pretty terrible. Yeah. Well, Bill Hicks, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you in Australia? Nissan trucks get even worse gas mileage than Toyotas. They're even worse. So, yeah, okay. I get I have a 6.2 Chevy Silverado. Without the boat tied to it, I get somewhere between 18 and 20 around town. I can get 22 to 24 on the highway if I'm not trying to go, mega speed limit. And when I tow the boat, the biggest difference is when I tow the boat. When I tow the boat, my mileage barely drops at all with a trailer behind it. My buddy has a Toyota. Actually, my brother has a Toyota. He has a Tacoma 4-cylinder. I think it's a Tacoma. The little one. He has a little truck with a 4-cylinder manual, and he has a Tundra with the V8. Neither one of them get the mileage that my Chevy does. Anytime we go anywhere, we have to go in my truck, or it'll cost twice as much. Well, not twice as much, but it's terrible. I don't like it. I had to drive it. I borrowed that Tundra for a week. It was the dumbest shit ever. Gas, not diesel. Most issues with Chevy. Really? I've had zero. Like my Ford trucks, my gas Ford trucks were fine. They didn't really. They have transmission issues mostly, and everything else on the fucking thing falls apart. I had brakes, axles, all kinds of shit. And I'll give Ford credit. The early EcoBoost motors were fine, and the 302 whatever the other motor was. The small V8 was fine as well. And they're not bad. They're not great. They're not bad, but their transmissions suck. My every gas Chevy truck I've had has gone for just fucking ever, never, no problems. I do understand that that not everybody has my experience with that, because I take care of my vehicles, and that with the displacement on demand, that the way Chevy does it in the 6253s is kind of weird, and it can fuck you hard. Yeah, that Tundra, it does. It gets like 10 or 12 miles to the gallon. Best case. That thing it sucks so bad. Yeah, so yeah. Now in diesels, again, the Chevy was the best of the diesels, but I did blow up one of them. I melted a Dodge one, but I blew up a Chevy. I had an oil cooler split on my Chevy, and it cost me a motor on my Chevy at 300 and I want to say like 390,000 miles. I had the oil cooler split, and it took the motor out. My Dodge, I can talk about guns too. We'll talk about guns if you want to. But my Dodge, I had a couple of Dodge diesels. My 99 manual was great, but everything about it mechanically was great, but the entire rest of the fucking truck sucked balls. It literally sucked balls. It looked brand new when I bought it. I bought it used, obviously. Looked brand new. 6 months later, just driving it down the street, all that whole plastic front end was all fucking out of alignment, and it looked like it was 20 years old. AR-15, dog. No doubt. No doubt. AKs are for people who don't want to hit anything. They're for peace lovers. AKs are for peaceniks. But my Dodge diesel, I had a 2013 or 14 leased Dodge 2500 single rear wheel, and I melted that bitch. That engine melted down on me in an intersection. So yeah. So I do. I know I've mentioned this before. I do 3-gun competition. I shoot. I do action shooting as not a hobby. There for a while, I was doing it basically semi-pro, and Andrew is obsessed with AKs, but everybody's got to have a passion. You know, I mean, that's fine. He can be obsessed with them, but you know, AKs are great as long as you don't want to hit anything. So, even Brandon Herrera said that, accuracy is not at strong point. I love it when they try and do like the long range stuff. I'm an AR dude. Like, I build the shit out of them. Silverados are great trucks, man. They have the best, my opinion, they have the best interiors. They have the best drive lines as long as you take care of them. They're great trucks. Dodge, honestly, Dodge actually has really good powertrain now, and their interiors are getting better. I just don't trust them. Do I have an M16? No, I do not. I do have a Ardias, which is a registered drop-in auto sear, which turns almost any AR, not all of them, but almost. into a not select fire, but a automatic fire weapon. It's fun for like 10 minutes, and then you run out of, and then you have to reload all the magazines, and it sucks. So, look, full auto is not my thing, man. It's cool. It's great. It's cool to have the option of having it, but I don't do that. My favorite handgun right now, I'm a 2011 guy. Here's my everyday carry. Let me just make sure it's clear. So that's my everyday carry. I built this from a gunsmith blank. It is this is a commander length 2011. It takes these. That's 23 rounds of 9mm, and that's what I carry. This is an aluminum frame as well. You won't find very many of them in an aluminum frame, but I built it, and I used to build guns. I still do to some degree, and it's I build all my own shit. So, but I mean, I have others I like. I tell you a really good one that most people haven't heard of is the Steyr L9A1. It's a fucking great gun. The sights take a little getting used to, but once you're used to them, they're really, really practical for you, and they're really great. And it's pretty cool shit. But I do 3-gun competitions, so it's really good. Usually running bolt. So I have some bolt actions. My bolt actions almost never get any use because my standard competition AR, I'll hit out to 500, 600. Well, I've hit 670 yards, first round hits with it. And the, that's on the clock. Obviously I can hit further if I take my time, but that was on the clock. That was in a match. So 670 with the AR. I use it for prairie dog hunting out 400, 500 yards, shooting rats. And, it's all good stuff. I see the gun talk is dropping us viewership, so I should probably go back to talking about cool shit. But for me right now, there's not enough advantage until we get out past 1,000 yards. I have to get out past 1,000 yards to break out a bolt gun. So those are cool, man. That's a cool list. I have a 226. I built a lot of 1911s. I have a M9. Yeah. I have a box of Glocks somewhere, and I do not have a Python. I do have a Dan Wesson 357 that has the interchangeable barrel system, and I have a Vaquero 44 mag as well, which is a great gun. It depends, Max. If you're prone and you're locked down, you can stay on target. It's just you have to know how to do it. It's not something most people can do. I don't run a 338. I run a 300 WSM, 300 Winchester short mag, which is my 1500 and out gun. From about 800 to 1500, I will run the 6 millimeter or 6.5 millimeter Creedmoor. The Creedmoor, which it's a gas gun. It's not a bolt gun. I can hit out to 1,500 yards with it. It's not as accurate, but I can do it. I don't. I really like the 300 WSM. It's a badass round. I'm pushing 100. For those of you guys who know, I'm pushing a 208 grain boat tail hollow point match at 3,007 feet per second. So, James Dunn, do I have one? Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah, I don't have a Walther, but I have a small one. Yeah, the gun talk's really cool stuff, man. The gun talk's really cool because it's such a, it's a toolbox, I don't have a Walther PPK. I do have a Keltec PF9, which is kind of a small version of it, and I have, but I don't, and I have a Sig P365. I don't carry small guns very often. It's bad form. Just carry a real gun. Just carry a real gun. You want a PPK? Oh man, get it before you go buy the PPK. Unless you're buying it for aesthetics and style, and you want to wear it with your tuxedo. Go look at a P3 365 or 365 XL. I'm telling you, they're what's up. Yeah, I'm a user. I'm an end user. I throw guns in buckets at high speed, so that's what I do. But all right, so we'll knock that out. We've probably lost. We probably lost all of the women folk. They've all bailed because they don't want to hear car and gun prattle. As Kat would say. Kat, it's lucky though because I don't normally get to talk about any of this stuff because Kat's on, and Kat will be like Kat will be like eyes rolling back in her head, looking all bored and stuff, and so we'll leave it alone right now. So all right, let me drop this out of here. I forgot about that. I invited Josie on. We'll see if she comes on. But it's cool. Hey, no man, I like talking that stuff, man. I don't get to talk it very much online. So plus you kind of have to limit what you're going to say. Yeah, I just invited Josie on. Hey, Clover Tech, you ought to come on Thursday's show. You want to set that up? Because it would be cool to have you on. Yeah, I like gun talk, man. I can really talk guns, and gun brands. I do my show at 12:05 Central Standard Time or Central Daylight Time. But I'm retired, so it doesn't really fucking matter. I can make a special show just for you. Go back to bed, Bill Hicks. Have a great rest of your day, man. Seriously, Bill Hicks, have a great rest of your day. Guys, throw some W's in the chat for Bill Hicks. He's a cool dude. He's solid. And, yeah. I just don't. I need engagement with Kat. I'm going to put this up here because this is funny. I need this documented. I want it. Yeah, quit moving. There we go. So, I need Kat, and I need Kat to like engage because it's funny when she engages. When we start talking about cars, her eyes it's so funny, or guns, or basically any man stuff. It's really funny. It is the same Clover Tack that did the interview with Andrew. It is the same guy. He did it. So, and it was a great interview. It was really good. Yeah, I'll be happy to come on your show. If you'd rather me come on your show, Clover Tack, I will be glad to. Or we can swap up. You can come on here, and then I'll go on yours. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm good. I'm good to go. Solid. But yeah, I'm a really big gun. Well, it's Memorial Day. I'm going to talk guns. So, I'm building a new competition rifle right now. Actually, my son's building his first competition rifle. He's 13, so he's been using mine, and now it's time for him to build his own. So he's got a reasonable stainless steel fluted barrel, 18-inch, and then we have he has just a standard lower but a billet upper receiver. He's got. I mean, it's gonna be a legit setup, and so I've just bought a Cross Machine and Tool, which is a local company in Tennessee. I just actually got that in the other day. I've got I've got a fluted 18-inch barrel on it now, which I think is a Faxon. But I'm probably going to put a black hole. I have a black hole weaponry barrel here as well. I'm going to put it on again 18-inch or 16-inch. I don't do PRS much, but it is an Arca rail setup. I'm using a Juggernaut Tactical upper and lower. I really like their ambi controls. If you're going to do ambi controls, I think Juggernaut does it the best. I've looked at a bunch. I've seen a bunch fail in matches, and I just I like Juggernaut stuff. Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. That's why I'm not really keen on my Faxon barrel. I'm like, yeah. But black hole weaponry is legit. I love black hole weaponry, and it served me well. So, and I might buy a CMT barrel as well just to try. I try a lot. I have a lot of stuff, so I buy stuff and I try it. If I don't like it, it kind of goes away. I also have a TK barrel as well, which is another Tennessee company. But I like the Juggernaut Tactical upper and lower. I have a just a regular I forget what buttstock what buttstock I have on it right now. It's carbon length. I think it's a Luth AR. I think I have a Luth AR buttstock on it. I've got the what is it? Unrivaled buffer system in that one. And I have I have a couple of different triggers for it. I think the trigger that's going to go in it is another Elftmann. I love the Elftmann. The Elftmann trigger is like tits. I run those for years. I actually outran and broke a diamond trigger. So I have a diamond, and I forget which gun it's in now, but they did warranty it, but I think I outran it and broke it. So I'm gonna, and I have the Timney Daniel Horner trigger as well, so I like that one. That's pretty good. And I have a Venom Defense and Design, which they're out of business now. Sam, I don't know what happened with Sam, but I don't know where he went crazy or whatever, but it looks like he took a bunch of people's money and did not deliver on the orders, which is a shame when that happens. I won't say anything bad about Sam, but the gear he made was solid. Small businesses in this country, man, they get, it can go either way. So unfortunately, I love Sam's work, and unfortunately, he, like I said, I think I'm not the guy to confirm this, but I think he took a bunch of people's money and went out of business. And he didn't. I don't think he intended to do it that way. I think that he was taking money right up until the day he absolutely had to close the doors, and they locked him out of his own shop. So, James Dumas, a good beginner gun for what? That the 4 watt thing's important, because it's a spectrum. It's a bigger spectrum than Destiny's on. So and what else so I've got the Ultratech Apollo S Max. I don't know. What are they calling it? It's a It's not really a compensator. It's a muzzle brake, whatever. it is it's badass. I run them on my other comp guns, and it just absolutely it runs so flat. I mean, the rifle I'm describing, guys, is an all-out race gun. I mean, it's meant to go fast, shoot flat, and never fucking not work. So for target shooting and self-defense, are we talking rifle, pistol, or shotgun, or all three? Yeah, go sub to Clover, guys. He's solid. He's solid, dude. All right, so my favorite gun, what I will tell you is that my favorite first gun for people to get, which is weird for me, my favorite gun to tell people to get is a Glock. It can be supplanted with like the SIG P320 or any of the tactical Tupperware, any Glock pattern gun. And I say that because they're super simple, they're super robust, and they're relatively reliable. Not necessarily super accurate. They're not necessarily, that kind of thing. But a good Glock 19, Glock 17 in 9mm, first gun needs to be in 9mm or 22. The only two acceptable calibers for first guns. But now, typically what I tell people for a first gun is they need to go buy a 22 pistol, and the only two 22 pistols to buy as a newbie is either the Browning Buckmark or the Ruger 2245 or Mark II or whatever their Woods, any of the Ruger. I personally like the Mark 45, but any of the Trail Light, any of those pattern guns will work perfect. They're super reliable. Hello, Serene. Good to see you. Any of those patterns will work. You will learn, and there's no way you can go wrong with that. You can use it for defense. You can use it for small game hunting. It's I have my Mark II 45 right now, which is it's a 22 pistol that's just got 45 grip angle on it. It is a suppressor host right now. It always has a suppressor on it. I use that thing for everything. I have shot small game with it. I target practice with it. I keep it in the truck as a truck gun. It is literally the best do-it-all gun, period. And it works every time. And I clean it. Now I do clean that one because 22s are dirty, and I clean it all the damn time. But I love it anyway, and it's just perfect. So, but for a carry gun, carry guns are very personal. Do not go buy your first gun to be a carry gun. You will make a mistake. Do not fuck that up. For a carry gun, borrow and try people's guns and holsters, or get ready to spend an unlimited amount of money trying shit. I have a 5-gallon bucket of holsters that I've tried, and they work okay, but then they don't work okay. Or, hey, they work with these clothes, they don't work with those clothes. Or, this is my winter holster, this is my summer holster. I carry appendix sometimes. Sometimes I carry, smaller back. Sometimes I carry sides. Mostly I carry open because I'm in Tennessee and fuck everybody. But do not get it. Do not allow any gun shop employee to tell you that this is the ultimate holster, or this is the ultimate gun, or there is no ultimate. I promise you there isn't. They're just selling you shit. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Because I'm sure we all know that guy. Yeah. And at the end of the day, Clover Tack is right. The gun that you will carry every day is superior to all else. I carry full-size handguns every single day. I'm not kidding that this right here is what I carry every day. Most people would not, but I'm used to it. I literally feel naked without it, and most people shouldn't do that. I am unusual. I'm not the guy. I am the guy. I am just not the standard issue. If you're going to carry a gun every single day, find one that you like, that fits your personality, and then buy it. But you're going to end up with like 4 carry guns. And this is why. You're going to want your shorts gun that you carry in the summer, and that's probably going to end up being some kind of plastic fantastic. Mine's a Keltec PF9 or the little P32. Those are my favorite closed. I mean, those are my favorite guns just to throw in and close. I still have an AMT, which you can't get anymore. It's AMT backup in 380. It was okay, but it wasn't 9mm, and it's heavy as fuck. But the nice thing about it being heavy as fuck is I could beat the living shit out of somebody. I've never have to fire a shot. That thing was heavy enough to literally just clock somebody with it, and I didn't necessarily need to shoot somebody. So you got to have a shorts gun, and then you got to have your everyday normal khakis pocket protector day gun that you carry. For me, I normally carry the 2011 or some form of 1911. I will occasionally carry a Glock, and if I have to be super discreet, I carry the P365. Because I can hide that P365. You will never know at all that I have a firearm with me, period, unless they're metal detectors. But if you're going to carry, you're going to have your big and small daily carries. And they need to be now. And my personal slant is that if I'm going to carry something, I need to have 10 rounds minimum. Okay. 10 rounds minimum. It has to be mag fed, and I have to have 3 mags. I prefer to have a minimum of 15 round mags, and I still carry 3 mags. That's the way I look at things. And then I have I have what I consider my dress carry. And that is that's when I went on, when I know I'm going to be seen, I'm going out, maybe I'm going out to a dinner, or I'm going out, somewhere. I'll have I have that's where I get into my leather belt slide rigs. Very nice, Galco, DeSantis, whoever. That's where we get away from Kydex. We get into fancy, cool leather stuff. That's when I'm also carrying a 1911. Usually, I have stainless. I have black ones. I have like super trick rosewood grips with super fancy that look nice. And but they're still all suppressor ready. They're ready to go, man. They're good guns, and they work, and they're fucking accurate as shit. And I normally carry that in 38 Super. Mainly because car doors exist, and I want to be able to shoot through them if necessary. And I prefer the ability to be able to suppress a weapon at any time. I don't always carry a suppressor in my pocket. Sometimes I'm just happy to see you. And but yeah, you've got to you really want your dressy gun to be fancy. Like I've got a 1911. That's a 2-tone stainless and black with carbon fiber grips. It's fucking sick. I've got another one in all stainless with a set of rosewood grips that is just beautiful. It's a shame. It's a shame to even shoot the thing, but I do. I shoot shit out of it. So that's kind of my lineup, right? Like I have my shorts gun. I have my pocket guns, where I'm wearing dress pants or something. I need to, have a little bit of deep concealment, like the 365. And then I carry I have my everyday normal standard jeans, slacks, coat, whatever. I have that gun. And then I have my dress carry. And that's because I do literally carry every day. And, that's what I do. So, that's what I do. I do not recommend anything other than 9mm for anyone. 45 is a great option, but 45 is more expensive and there's less rounds. They do not have the advantage in stopping power anymore. They haven't for decades. That's a myth. We don't deal in mythology. We deal in facts. So 45 is great. And I have many guns in 45, but all my carry guns are in 9mm or 38 Super. 38 Super is awesome because it's like 9mm on crack, and it goes through car doors. So it's what I carry. It's what I like. But now let's all keep in mind that your carry gun is just something for personal defense and to get you to your rifle. So in my vehicle, I do in my vehicle I keep I keep a legal SBR or a legal AR pistol, and I do and I keep that in a tack bag that looks that's very discreet. I can carry. I've carried it in airports before with no problem, and to meet to pick up people in tense situations. But it's and once you've gotten a lot of experience, or you're as Clover Tack just posted, I'm feeling whimsical. Then maybe you can rotate in a 45 or 357 or 357 Sig. Or, you know what I like? I'm gonna Clover Tack's about to lose his fucking shit, guys. You want to see some shit? I actually carry often a Glock in 45 gap. 45 gap, baby. It's 9mm, but it's 45. It's 9mm, but it's 45. But I shoot that thing all. I love 45 gap. I think 45 gap is underappreciated, and I have to load it myself now because you can't even find that shit in stores. But I reload the shit out of that, and but 45 gap, baby, 45 gap. It just never caught on, right? Yeah, no, it's a great round. Again, it has all the weaknesses of the 45, though, in that it is unfortunately you just can't get as many rounds in as you can 9mm. The 6 Hour P365 is a vastly awesome pistol. I haven't actually messed with the Smith & Wesson CSX. I do like the Smith & Wesson M&P. That's a great gun. Mine is. I know some are not. Mine is. I have the first generation Smith & Wesson VTAC M&P from our buddy, and it works. It's a good gun. I like the sights. Yeah, I love my Sig P365, man. It's like it's such a good shooting gun for as small as it is. I like it. I have a lot of problems though with Sig overall. We could get into that. That would be great. So what kind of time I got half an hour left. One of my problems with all of the Plastic Fantastic pistols is all the grips are slick. And I don't care how much, they do a few things with stippling and all that, and deeper checkering and that sort of thing, but they're still kind of slick. And so what I do, and I don't have any pictures of it. I mean, I do have pictures of it, but I'm not going to bother to share any. Look up carbide epoxy on grips. I love Clover Tack said it right as I love aggressive grips. So I have a whole thing about I want to feel like I can come up out of the surf with that gun in my hand. Like I can swim with that gun in my hand, get battered by the surf, and come up with that thing in my hand. And so to that end, I do the I epoxy carbide treat almost every plastic fantastic I get my hands on, because you just can't get aggressive enough, in my opinion, with just a plastic. And so there is some stippling, I look, I get it. I've had it, that sort of thing. And there are, and it's really important on grips like the SIG, which just doesn't have, it just doesn't have the right shape for my hands to want to grip right. Which is weird. It's very 1911. It's very 2011 like, but it's not at the same time. So I just have problems with it. I can shoot it okay, but I shoot the one I carbided great. And again, I just really want to feel like that thing it's in my hand. It's not coming out of my hand. I can come up out of the surf with it. I can swim with it. That's actually a thing that I talk about with red dots. If I don't think I could swim with that gun, with that red dot, and it be okay, I don't put the red dot on my gun. And you shouldn't either, because it rains, folks. It rains. So, it's things get wet. You might get shoved in a swimming pool. You might have a lethal weapon moment. And if your red dot doesn't work, that sucks. So, and sweat, right. The big issue is not rain or blood or water, it's sweat. Yeah. Sweat infiltrates everything. I've actually recently, Clover Tech, did you see there was this was a couple of months ago, there was a couple of photos floating around Facebook and some other social media where the guy's battery, he had sweated so much the battery compartment had corroded inside. It was like kind of that green nastiness around in his battery compartment. I want to say it was one of the unsealed RMR clones. So did you see that? I saw that. It was fucking gross. And the guy just carried the gun every day. He was in probably in a humid environment. He sweated a lot. It was gross, and his red dot didn't work. So, and I don't think he ever checked, which especially if you leave your red dot on shake awake, you need to check that thing every fucking time you pick it up. Every time you pick it up, you shake it. Okay, it's awake, put it away. These are just habits you have to get into if you're going to do this. If you're not going to do it, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I've actually had my red dot come off during a competition, and my index is good enough that I shot alphas the rest of that stage. But I'm not the normal person. Like I'm not the guy to be. I'm not the guy to be emulating, because I'm not the guy that's going to be. I'm just not the right example, right? Like things that work for me are not going to work for you. Yeah. Don't if you're going to sweat all over your guns, get one that's at least has some waterproofing. A lot of them don't have any. I mean, none. There's no gasket at the base. It's just a battery bolt. It's nuts. So, man, I'm a red dot guy. Well, I have to wear readers, and but my index is really good. Honestly, it doesn't matter. My index is good enough that I don't even use the sights on the rifle out to about 10 yards, 10, 15 yards. I don't need it. I'll pull alphas most of the time. But that's because I shoot a lot, and I have shot a lot. My index is really good. So, Glock 43. This is a fucking great statement. Not going to have time to look at the sights anyway. That's right. That's why it's important to build your index. Read Beyond Practical Shooting by Brian Enos, E-N-O-S, Beyond Practical Shooting. And you have to get your index, bro. If you don't have an index, if you can't shoot to your index, you're fucked. Yeah, everything's. I mean, look, guns are like individual art. Basically, it's like what I like, somebody else is going to think is total shit. You have Brian Enos on your podcast, bro? He is. I mean, dude, that dude is ridiculous. Have you ever watched any of his videos where he's shooting the revolver like just so fucking ridiculously fast? I mean, that dude is world champ many times. That's a sweet flex though, bro. That is a sweet flex. Read his book, Brian. All you guys in my chat right now, Beyond Practical Shooting by Brian Enos. Even if you are just a regular everyday shooter, go out, read the book, go out and practice what he says to practice, and you will get a lot better. You will see a massive improvement in your shooting. I bought a brand new race car once, but I've never bought a. That's a great question. No, I've leased brand new cars, and I have once long ago I helped a girlfriend buy a brand new car, but I've never personally bought a brand new car for myself. So no. I have leased brand new vehicles, but they were they were leases. It was basically a rental car. Yeah. Yeah, so when I was shooting, it's interesting when you're competing, you get to meet people that you just would not ordinarily think that you would ever get to meet, and it's so fucking cool. I've been on squad with Jerry Mikulek a lot. I count Brian Nelson as a friend. Like I literally have him in my phone as Brian the Legend Nelson. So he's fucking cool. Maximundi, he's a badass. He's so fast, so cool. And Lanny, what the fuck is her last name anyway? I only know her as Lanny. Lanny, fuck, what the fuck is her name? Yeah. Jerry's hilarious too. He's very funny. Lanny Barnes and her sister Tracy Barnes, the Olympians, twins. I was at Rockcastle one time. I spent like 10 minutes talking to Tracy thinking it was Lanny. It was very funny. Where you at, bro? You in Alabama or something? Where you at? See ya, brother. Put my right hand in front of the phone. See you, brother. Good chatting, man. Good chatting. They really are. Kay's awesome too. Kay's a great shooter. Oh, in Eastern Texas. Okay. Aaron Hayes? Hayes Tactical? You should interview that dude. If you haven't interviewed that dude, you should interview that dude. That dude is awesome. Aaron Hayes is he's the man. Love that guy. He's actually related to the Mikuliks. We turned it into the gun show today. How about that? Sorry, guys. I know Max and everybody, you guys are probably feeling really left out. I apologize. But once you get me started, man. Once you get me started. So. I like the sense of camaraderie. Clover, do you know Aaron Hayes? What do I race? I don't race anything anymore. I used to run in the Pirelli World Challenge, which was before that it was the Speed Vision World Challenge. Before that it was a Speed World Challenge. I'm actually have that. I We ran in Grand Am. I've run in Porsche Club. I've run HSR, which is a historic sports car racing. I've run VERA, Vintage Auto Racing Association. I've run SCCA, NASA. I've done it all. Dude, Aaron's legit, dude. I love Aaron. Aaron is like solid, man. You need to have him on your show. You really do. If you can get him to slow down long enough, or go shoot one of his matches, man. His matches are legit. I actually didn't get to shoot it this year. I'm very sad about that. But Aaron's a legit dude. I love that guy. So, but do you know the guys over at Clover? Do you know the guys over at Prep and Press? Do you guys know the guys over at Prep and Press? Dave. It used to be the 3 Gun Show. You know the guy? It's a 3 Gun Show. Dave. What the fuck is his last name? Dave. Starts with an H. Fuck, I can't remember. I've listened to it every time he introduces himself on the show. I don't listen to it anymore. He kind of got away from 3 Gun, and so he started talking about a lot of shit I don't care about. So I stopped listening to him. So it's still labeled as the 3 Gun Show. He was really going there for a while. Dave Hartman, that's his name, Dave Hartman. And I don't know. I don't know what happened. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. I know a lot of them just because I shoot with them so much. And I there for a while, I was shooting a major match every few weeks, and sometimes every couple of weeks. And I quit. I hurt myself, and I basically haven't really shot in the last year and a half too much. Was the 3 Gun Show, Dave Hartman. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard it. Heard him. He's a cool dude. He's not a bad guy. He just took the show in a direction I don't care anything about. So, and I just don't listen to him anymore. I should probably, but yeah. What do you see, Grunge? What do you see, Grunge Head? I missed something. Yeah, that's my, regular videos is my deal too. I want to be live on time every time. People need to count on me showing up and doing what I do, whether there's people here or not. And, it's a different format for me for sure. And yeah, it's good stuff. All right, guys. Sorry I bored so many of you guys with gun talk. I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea. And in some cases, like Canada, we've got guys here from Canada and Australia and the UK, and they can't even have it. They can't do anything with it. So I'm sorry about that. But I am a gun guy. I'm guns, knives, all of it. And, it's pretty cool. a man's man, as it were. I honestly don't know how a man can be a man if he isn't at least familiar with guns, if not actually like and enjoy them. So yeah, those fake countries, that's funny. Right, guy, man, I'm glad you got some work done. I need to bug you a little later about some thumbnails and stuff. For anybody that doesn't know, Rye Guy does all of my sweet thumbnails and most of the video. Now, a lot of the video stuff you've been seeing lately, I do that, and that's why it looks like amateur hour. But Rye Guy does video production and that sort of thing. If you need anything, please reach out to him. I don't know if he has time to take on a lot of side work because he is a professional video guy. But hey, man, everybody likes to feel needed and wanted, and if you've got some work to do, maybe he can help you out with it. And he does excellent job. Excellent. So my Thursday stream, Clover Tack, will be at noon Central Daylight Time. So just like this one, it'll be the exact same. Serene, I'm not familiar with you. Can you, I think I've seen you in the Crucible. Is that where I know you from? Hey, Grungehead, thanks, man. If I ever need help, man, I have no problems asking for help. I think that's one thing that a lot of men lack is they haven't been told how to properly ask for help. I do put it up. I will send you the matter of fact. Rye Guy and I will work together on a thumbnail, and we'll promote the heck out of it. I will we'll start promoting it. We'll start promoting it tomorrow, maybe, if I can. Send me some artwork or whatever on Discord, and I'll get it to Rye Guy, and we can get a nice thumbnail made up. His thumbnails are sick. They're just awesome. Serene is cool. All right, cool. Well, Serene is usually Serene, at least. So that's a very, hopefully the name is a descriptor. And that helps. That helps me know what I'm dealing with. So Serene, how have you perceived the conversation based around firearms and firearm technology and brands today, and technique to some degree? All right, cool. Very cool. I'm going to close out. I got 10 minutes left before I got to, guys, I try and get out at 2:00 during the day shift. I have things to do. I need to go work on my airplane. And even though it's a holiday, I still got to go work on my airplane. James, never have to apologize for things like that, man. I really appreciate you letting me know, though. But you never have to apologize, guys. Before I go and before we wind this down, I don't know. I know that you guys are part of a lot of streams, a part of a lot of things, and there's one thing I have to talk about. I've said it publicly, so I don't mind saying it again here. If you see Based Oracle come into your stream, if you're hosting or a stream that you're in, he is on a clout tour. It doesn't have anything to do really with his debate with Andrew or anything like that. He is simply farming clout. I know that it doesn't seem like he is, but that's what he's doing. He's going out, he's playing the victim, he's casting dispersions and aspersions and all kinds of versions. Don't give him the attention. Just don't. He's not, look, he's always seemed like a really good guy to me. I really don't have anything against him personally. But the method that he's taking to wander around the internet and get on various panels and in front of people, it's not cool, man. Wahoo, you can argue he's trolling, but he's on a clout tour, man. What he's really trying to do is he's really trying to go out there. He is getting in front of as many people as he can on all of these panels. and he's stirring shit in a way that just, kind of keeps the shit stirred up. I'm really not sure why, but to me, that's clout, chasing, clout farming. Um, you know, I call it a clout tour. I've seen this before with other creators in other spaces where, they just keep going around and they're really what he's in my mind, that's all he's doing. It can be argued that he's, just trolling or that he's trying to gather information and all these other things. But, the point is that, look, if you're on a panel and he comes on, maybe message whoever's panel it is that, hey, he's just said the same thing the 10 days for the past 10 days. He said the same thing on everybody's panel, and it's a waste of time to have him on. If it's not your panel, I mean, you can't do anything about it, but I'm not going to platform him. I will not be on a platform if he shows up, I'll just frankly, I'm just going to leave. I just don't have any interest in participating. And I strongly suggest that you guys, kind of do the same. I don't believe in letting clout farmers farm clout for free, and that's what he's doing. So, he'll stab anybody in the back. Stab anyone for clout. Probably. I don't know. I don't know that to be true, but probably. He only gave examples of how to use the word grifter to use it to his advantage, never a true definition. Well, that's true. And he didn't abide by his own definition either. So, he can't really go there. He might want followers and to attract those who get off on chaos, but he is trolling guys with his inconsistent arguments and stirring shit up. Also true. He is, but it's not just the followers. I think that he's really looking to try and go into the battle with Andrew. If he actually goes, if this ever actually happens, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm not the guy. But my opinion, it's my opinion, he's doing things to just go out and okay, I'll do that. I'll stop doing that, Clover Tack. Thank you. He got me. My man's got my back there. Yeah, so yeah, sorry about that. I don't do that. I thought I could show him. I just couldn't like say they were real or anything. Yeah, I don't know, man. He only showed those grit. Yeah. He's trolling. Yeah, okay. We can agree that he is trolling. Then did Andrew send the money first? No. All right. So here's the deal. This is why I think it's a clout tour. So Base literally chihuahua'd his way into this debate, right? Like he just kept nipping and nipping and nipping and nipping at Andrew. Andrew's like, look, I don't have time. I'll get to you. Just calm down. Whatever was said, right? Base said some shit on his channel. Andrew went on there. Base kicked him off. Apparently there was another debate. I haven't seen it that Base was losing and he just lost his shit, spurged out and was yelling at Andrew. I didn't see it. I don't know. Just going by what I heard, I could have heard wrong. But what I have seen is that Base keeps trying to confront people and get them to say things that he can clip or soundbite, which is stupid. I mean, he's done it to me, and which is stupid, and it's fine. But yeah, I don't know if he's actually trying to put everyone on his side before he goes battle, but I think he's trying to cast some doubt. He's trying to do some other thing. Here's the other thing. Where was that? So about the money, he literally, I kid you not, he literally offered Andrew $500 to debate. He did that first. Andrew said, no, I don't do that. And when he kept going, and Andrew's like, okay, I will do it, but you're going to have to give me the 500 that you threw at me that I declined, plus another 500 for being such a prick and wanting it like now instead of when I get around to you. Base is now using that to say that Andrew is says that he won't debate for money, but yeah, he debates for money. It's literally the biggest shell game fucking setup ever, and anybody can see it. Yeah, he's been doing that for months and all of that. It's just really bad. Yeah, we're living in sound, and bass is a soundbite. That's funny. Holy fuck, that's funny. Damn, Clover, that is funny. You know what's really sad is I think he was a Marine. I would honestly believe that a Marine would have better morality at the very least than what he is showing now. I'm going to have to talk to my Marine buddies about it and see what they think. But I do believe that he was a Marine, and you would think that he would be better. And I just can't believe he's doing what he's doing. And the things he's bitching about with Andrew, who the fuck cares? You know what? Here's the thing. So what? What is Andrew grifting by? He literally tells you what he's using the money for. And his whole example of that money to my name fell apart, all that kind of shit. He's been nothing but above board. Absolutely, 100%. Same deal. And you know what? There were times that Andrew could have taken advantage of my kindness, and he never has. He never has. Yeah, I'm actually going to come there, I think. Quinn Clover. Yeah, that was fucking baller. That's pretty fucking funny. So, I mean, I know some professional grifters, right? Like I know guys that will sell you the keys to the Brooklyn Bridge. I mean, that's real life grift. I personally, yes, I've been properly chastised. Thank you. Pout clout. Yeah. Okay. Pout clout. You're right. Serene, are you a girl or a guy? I can't tell. Not that it matters. I'm just kind of curious. Narcissism, Machiavellism, he follows with the problem is he's not that Machiavelli. Machiavelli would have done much better job. People don't care. Andrew uses money to donate for things like well, here's the thing. Andrew also gives out a lot to charity. I mean, I don't think people really understand that. So, you know, it's a thing. But anyway, look, if you have a platform and Base comes on it, don't let Base spew his shit. If he starts spurging out, start spewing shit, start spewing hate, kick his ass off. And you know, it's you know, whatever you can do there. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I can't believe I can't believe this is the thing right now. I actually like Bay. I went on his show. It was one of the first things I did as a creator. And so yeah. I mean, you could claim that I'm grifting. I mean, guys send me money now, or can, but I will 100%. I will tell you that I have heard Andrew say the same thing I have. If you can't afford it, don't send it, and that he's going to give away most of your money to someone else that really needs it. He tells you that. That can't be a grift if somebody is that upfront about it. I will tell you the same thing. If you send me money, I'm going to use it for something else. I don't personally need the money. I will use it for something else that benefits people other than myself. I mean, this is true, but I like the fact that Andrew is above board and says, I give money to charity. I help people in my community. He bought a dude a battery. You want to talk about what a terrible fucking grifter Andrew is? He was on my show and there was a guy in the parking lot, couldn't get his car started. Andrew said, hey, give me a minute. I'll be right back. So we continued on with the show. He came back on the show and said, "Yeah, the kid, I got the kid's car done, and he needed a new battery. So I'm waiting, and the battery, he's gonna go." He gave the kid money to go buy the battery. The kid came back, and Andrew then helped him put the battery in the car. What kind of fucking grifter does that shit, right? Like a dude he doesn't fucking know, right? Like that is absolutely crazy. Yes, I am setting it up. I actually have it mostly set up. I need to beta test it. Maybe I'll do that on Thursday's show. I don't want to do it in one of the long shows because I don't want to have to shut down. But maybe on Thursday, since that's just a 2-hour show, or maybe I'll do a 1 hour live between now and then just to test Streamlabs and how that functionality works and everything. I'll let you know. I'll just watch out for the streams, the stream alerts. But yes, I agree. I generally don't give YouTube money either, if I can help it. He did do that. He did fix a dude's teeth for Christmas. I mean, I mean, base is so off base here. It's just fucking hilarious. So Wahoo, I don't like him anymore. I don't like, I liked him. I did. And I've publicly said that I like him. But I can't deal with somebody that is that disingenuous, fake, and fucked up in the head. To call him a Christian man who goes out of his way to help people in every case. Andrew has helped me an unbelievable amount for nothing. I've offered him money. I've said, Andrew, let me help you out. I've given him money. The only way I can give him money is through super chatting on the show. He will not take money from me. I mean, he probably would now, because he's a grifter and all. But I tried to give him money, wouldn't take it. I had to do it. I have to do it through super chats. He did CloverTac. He did fix Nick's car on whatever, and the cool, Author Rodeo. Glad you're working on your medical journal article. But yeah, I don't like Based either. I think that he is, I liked him. I think that he's gone off the fucking deep end. He needs to get some help. Maybe hit the VA up, something like that. There's something going on there. I don't know what it is, but I can't fix it. I'm not going to try. But here's the thing, Andrew. So when I said this earlier, all of this, the way that this show even looks halfway decent is because Andrew sent his guys for free. He pays them out of his pocket for free. He sent his guys to say, hey, this is what you need to work on. This is what you're good at. This is what you're bad at. Nobody's ever asked me for a dime. Well, I have one of the guys told me that, hey, if he gave me some specific recommendations, and that would count as me engaging him and I'd have to pay him. But here, take this information for free. And I took the free information, not because I didn't want to pay the guy, but because at the time, I didn't know enough to know what I needed to know. So I was just willing to just take the free information and work with it. But at the end of the day, there's no way that there's no way that you could get me to believe that Andrew is a grifter or has any bad intentions. I'm literally an example of someone that he has helped for free. And I help people for free, and I donate to people, and I give things to people because I am who I am. It has nothing to do with Andrew. Andrew didn't influence me that way. But to me, it's rare to see that happen. When someone reaches out to me and says, hey, I'm going to have my guys contact you because your lights look like shit and you look like you look like the fucking crispy ghost over there or whatever. I fully expected him to say, they'll do it for like, a couple of bucks. And, it's hopefully it's, he's hopefully, obviously I think he's doing decently well, but, you know what? I'm going to, just because you suggested, I'm going to do that. I'm going to look into setting up a nonprofit tonight. But at the end of the day, I feel like that it's this whole thing with base. I don't know what I don't know where, I don't know what his point of view is. There's things like this where, he raised um, a cash on the last stream while he was on remote for Nick on whatever, just for doing a good job. And he gave him the money. I mean, you just can't do that. I don't know. We could ask the girls in the chat right now if that's feminine. I think counting money in another man's pocket is a sign of jealousy, and it's low class. To be honest with you, it's the thing is that I don't think he's had a whole lot of growth at all. I can't speak to that. I haven't really paid any attention. I got no idea. Yeah. Oh yeah, I could do that. Mentorship. Yeah, I could do that. I could do something like that. I would actually really like to do something like that. Guys, it is 2:07. I'm 7 minutes long. I'm going to go in and I'm going to have lunch with my wife. I'm probably going to do a few minor tasks, and then I'm going to work on my airplane for the rest of the day because it's that kind of day. It's finally not raining here. I have appreciated and had fun with every single person in the chat today. Even if you haven't said anything to me, I appreciate that you are here. I hope you've enjoyed the conversation. I know it's a little different than normal, and I'm going to I'm going to say it again. The show is made by you guys and the interactions that you have with me. I am just the face in front of the camera. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you're not already, hit the subscribe, like, do all of the things, push all the buttons, because the algorithm is just now starting to like me, and I need to kill the algorithm. Need to be the top guy that I can. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy it. Enjoy your holiday. And if you're working today, I salute you. Salt of the earth, men and women. I really feel like that you guys are getting it done out there. So once again, as I always say, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And please get off my lawn.